One rookie mistake I see on a lot of websites is that things are inconsistent. Here's an example. From first glance, there's nothing wrong with this section, but there's just a few things we can tweak to make things more consistent. The image widths between the books and the podcast is different. Now, sometimes there's not always something you can do about that. But what we can do is give the section behind these images a different background color, making the images look the same width. This also creates a bit of separation between the image and the text, which is great. For the two book cards, we have a bit of text above the heading, whereas we don't have this for the podcast. So let's keep this for everything. We'll go with free bestseller for the books, and similar with the podcast, it's the top real estate podcast in Australia, so we'll say that. And then we can use the main heading for the title of the book and podcast. There's 3 places you can listen to this podcast. So we have 2 options, one button with a drop down, or keep them as 3 separate buttons. I'm gonna go with the drop down option. And lastly, let's add a heading just for a bit more context. And that's it. There were only a few changes, but you can see the final result looks a lot more polished. If you'd like my full checklist on how I create high converting websites, there's a link in my profile where you can grab it for free.